We just start with some team news since the West Ham game. Minteh, I think you said he was going to have a scan since then. Has he had that, and do you have any updates on him?
Yeah, the scan is fine. It was just the dead leg, so let's see how training goes today, and then we see if he can start or not.
Is there an update on Mats Wiefer as well?
Yeah, Mats Wiefer had a small issue with his toe, so he won't be available tomorrow. But I hope it's not a big issue.
Anything else to update us on in terms of team news since the West Ham game?
No, I think nothing changed. Millie, Danny Welbeck, they both looked fine after the game, so I think we will have the same selection again.
We understand that the Brighton are in talks to bring back a bit of a legend, Pascal Gross, to the club. How much did you rate him when he was here, Fabian?
I definitely like him as a player. I think also when he was gone, I always had contact to him because we knew us before. We tried that he stayed here, but he wanted to follow his dream. So we respected them, and of course then you continue to follow the players who did the great things for the club, and I was personal in an exchange with him. So yeah, we rate him high.
What have you missed from him, do you think, sort of on the pitch and off the pitch since he left?
I think he's a quality player. Like he has a big impact on scoring goals and creating chances. But I think it's also important to emphasize, although he was gone, we had good replacements. We had a player who stepped up. We have the young player who took their chance, and therefore I think we missed the quality player, but in the end we were able to replace him with young players.
You talked about the young players, and the last time we were here you talked about how the spine of the team is very young at the moment. Bringing someone like Pascal in, is that kind of what these players maybe need at the moment? Is a bit of that experience? Do you see him helping in that way?
It can be helpful, but I think to say that one player is the solution, I think it's not the right thing. Overall, we know how the dynamics are in this group. We know how important in some moments is experience. We know how important a spine is. But again, last season we find solutions, and I'm quite convinced that also in this season that other players stepped up so far. Other players took responsibility. It's a bit different with young players that you have more like the waves and the performances. That's something what we knew. That's something what we try to keep working on with the young players. But that's our way, and we enjoy the way, and we enjoy working with young players. We enjoy going with them through the highs and the lows. I think that's not only in football. It's the same like in life. It's not only about like the highs in life. I think in the lows you learn the most, so therefore that's the way from Brighton. But in the end, of course, experienced players in certain moments can help you and can make a difference.
And with Pascal finally, do you expect Brighton fans to hear some good news soon on that?
Let's see. He's not our player. He's the player from Dortmund, and that's why I think I can't say anything about that.
When you're in a run of form like you're in, without the wins, is it tempting to make big changes, or how much do you have to kind of trust your process? Because you've talked about small margins quite a lot as well. Do you have to kind of trust that those small margins will change for you? You also talked about luck as well, that you might just get a bit of luck that changes it. Well, what's the kind of the balance for you in terms of those two things?
Yeah, I think you said everything in your question already. It's about like trust the process. It's about the small margins. It's not like overreacting. I think that's the worst thing what you can do. Stay predictable for everyone. Stay predictable with your mood, with the atmosphere you create in this building. Stay positive. Stay solution focused. I think that's the key bit. And in the end, we know how competitive the Premier League is. I think last season at this stage we had 2 points more. So it shows how tight everything is, and we know that we have to work hard. We know that the luck doesn't fly to us. We know we have to make the small steps. We have to work hard to get out of these things. But the most important is like that. Don't think you have to do special things now. The easy things are the right things. The the simple things are now the most important things, and to do the simple things for like a phase that brings you out of this run. I think that's the most important.
And just finally for me, the handball against West Ham, I know you weren't happy with that. Is that something that you'll be looking for more clarity on from the PGMO? Will you be taking that further, or you kind of moved on from that?
No, I think it's done. I think after the game, you ask about your opinion. I think you share the opinion, but you can't change it anymore. So the decision is made, and then afterwards, like I said, it's not about complaining, and sometimes you not agree with decisions. I think that's natural in this business, but then afterwards it's about focusing on us. Don't try to blame others. Don't try to make others responsible for our results. We are responsible for our results. We could also win the game if we would have scored the goals in the right moment. So we have to take the responsibility. We don't blame others for that, and that's why we keep looking in the future, and the past is the past.
Thank you, Fabian.
Hi Fabian, Happy New Year. It was a chaotic first half against West Ham. How much do you want a positive reaction from your team tomorrow?
I didn't think that it was that chaotic, because we started really well. Then they had a good chance, or a good... it was not even a chance, it was our mistake. Then they shot the goal, then definitely we lost a little bit our rhythm. But then we come back. We could easily go in front. We had the chances to score, and then of course in the end you're not leading, you're in behind, and then you have to chase the result again. But I don't think there was that chaotic. It was more like that the circumstances didn't went in our direction, that the momentum wasn't there like we want to have it, and then we thought in the second half that we have to keep doing the things we did in the first 10 minutes till we conceded a goal. And then I think we showed already a good reaction. What we want is definitely that we do like the small margins better. That's definitely what we have to improve tomorrow. That's definitely what we also want to do tomorrow in the game. But overall, I think regarding the performance, you can't say that the boys didn't try anything and that we didn't play a good game.
Burnley haven't won in 10 matches. You're at home tomorrow. Is it a good opportunity to start the year with a good win?
Yeah, I think every game is a good opportunity. And like I said, regarding the performances, we are there. Now it's about getting or turning the performances into results. I think that's the main bit tomorrow, and there we have to go for.
How are you feeling about Kaoru Mitoma's return to fitness, and do you think he might be able to start from the start tomorrow?
Yeah, I think he can be an option. I think he played well. He had an impact when he came on the pitch. We know he's a quality player for us, so therefore we're happy that he's back.
How much are the early goals that you're conceding affecting your wider game plan at the moment?
Definitely they're affecting like the game plan, but like I just mentioned, I think in football it's also how you react on these setbacks, and we didn't react it so well in the game against West Ham because I thought we started really good. Then we had a phase during the game where we suffered, but after 30 minutes we found our rhythm back. So overall, of course, you want to start in the game and say we want to lead in the first 10 minutes. That's like always the best sounding in theory, but sometimes theory is not the practical part on the pitch. So that's why we have to get an understanding how important it is to start the game well, to be alive in every moment, to defend as a team, to attack as a team, and then we hope we have a better start tomorrow.
I know you spoke about the lack of luck. How do you create that luck against Scott Parker's side tomorrow?
Like I said, it's hard work. Like luck won't fly to you. You have to keep pushing. You have to stay positive. You have to keep believing in your quality. And I see quality in my team. I see that they have a good understanding for each other, that there's a good group dynamic. So we just have to keep pushing and don't feel like self-pity for yourself about the phase we're in. It's really about us. We have to take ownership. We have to take responsibility, and then we fight back.
Fabian, Happy New Year. Are you a believer in New Year's resolutions? Is that something that comes, or are you more of a sort of do it on a daily, monthly, yearly basis?
Yeah, ask me this tomorrow after the game, but I think I'm not a big believer in that. I heard that everyone is happy that December is over, but definitely I'm not believing into these kind of things. I'm really focusing on preparing my team, on trying to give the best, to be the best you can be every day, and then I'm sure that you get what you deserve.
Because you don't really have time for a reset at this point. There's so many games coming up. So it's trying to continue that into this key period coming up.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I just mentioned. We have to stay positive, keep positive, see the positive things. Although we know we have to improve things, but that's the main part. We want to that this building here is still a building where the players, they love to join it. The staff loves to join it. We still want to emphasize this togetherness here, the positivity here. We need energy, especially in this phase of the season when you don't have a great run. You need the positivity, you need energy, you need like the group sticking together, and therefore we have to be role models. I have to be a role model for that, and that's why we keep trying to be solution orientated.
Traditionally, the club hasn't done a lot of business in the January transfer window apart from some development players. Is there a case of any loans that maybe could be recalled? I'm not just thinking about Evan Ferguson, I'm thinking about other players as well in terms of what you see overall, or are you quite happy with where the squad is for the second half of the season?
Yeah, nothing is impossible, so let's see what happens. We are daily exchange with Tony, with Paul, so that's why we try to figure out what is best for the team. I think that's the most important, that we try to get an understanding what is best for the dynamic of the team, what is best for the group in general, what is best for the individual player, and then we have to make decisions.
And in terms of Burnley, they're obviously on a poor run at the moment of results, but what characteristics have you seen from them this season that may be quite challenging for you?
I think that the results they have doesn't show the performances they do so far, because in every game, also in the last game against Newcastle, I think they also had like bad luck in certain moments, because they create the chances, they hit the crossbar, so they did a lot of pressure, especially in the second half. They have quality players, they know how to score goals, so I think it's important that first of all, in the Premier League, you can never underestimate anyone. Second of all, like I just mentioned, they show really good performances, but in the end, they're not able to get the results. So I think that's warning enough. We have to focus on us. We have to keep pushing and driving the highest standards from the first second. We have to bring the best individual performances on the pitch, and that's what we try to do tomorrow to beat them.
And how important is it that there's a positive atmosphere around the stadium, particularly being at home, and with the talk obviously about the results against the teams lower in the table over recent times? Is it important to be patient?
Yeah, definitely. Like I just mentioned, we are 2 points. We have 2 points less than last season, and the league is so equal, so competitive. 5 points to the 5th place. So I think it's very important when I speak about togetherness that we all stick together. We know that the fans, the supporters, they can create an unbelievable energy, a great atmosphere in the MX, and that's exactly what we need tomorrow from the first second. We know that, and I mentioned it before, that we have the responsibility to bring this energy and this intensity on the pitch to transport it to the stands. But in the end, I think Brighton is known for their togetherness. Brighton is known for their great fans, for their great supporters, and I have a big belief and a big trust that also in the new year the supporters will be there, that the supporters will push us, and I'm really looking forward for that.